Are you ready to be time machined? Are you ready to be entertained? Well, if you're ready to ride, I'm ready to drive. So hop your inside. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, and music lovers worldwide, welcome back to Sensational Singles. Yes, indeed, the show where we celebrate the songs that have stood the test of time and continue to move our hearts, minds, bodies, and souls. I am yours truly, the big guy with the big show, the Lord Nelson, that is. And of course, this episode is brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with 5 Royals ENT. And today, we're talking about a song that makes you stop, it makes you think, and it makes you look at the most precious thing we have: time. Woo! And today, we're putting Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce under the Sensational Singles microscope. Let's go. Now, Jim Croce recorded Time in a Bottle in 1971, and it first appeared on his 1972 album, You Don't Mess Around with Jim, another great song. The song was written after he learned that his wife, Ingrid, was pregnant with their son, Adrian. His official biography says he wrote the song that very night. And I understand, I've done things like that, man. And that detail changes everything, because what sounds like a simple love song is really a man thinking about the future, about his family, about watching a child grow, about all the moments you wish you could hold on to just a little longer. That's the genius of this song. Croce didn't write about having more money. He didn't write about fame. He didn't write about owning the world. He wrote about having more time. And listen to how powerful that idea is. If you could actually put time in a bottle, man, what would you save? Would you save your child's first steps, your parents' voice, that one perfect night with someone you love, a laugh you never want to forget, or a moment before life changed forever? That's why this song doesn't just speak to lovers. It speaks to parents. It speaks to children. It speaks to friends. It speaks to anybody who has ever looked back and wished they could have just 5 more minutes. That's me. I wish I could have that time back with my mother. I wish my mom could see my family, my wife and my children and my nieces and nephews and all the things that are just so great in this world, so she could just express that love and give that love that she was so good at giving and being such a great mother. Yeah, I miss that, and I wish I had that time. I get a little emotional, man. Yeah, but that's the truth, man. I wish my mom was here to see, So forgive me, man. So musically, Time in a Bottle is just as special as its message. The arrangement is delicate, intimate, and almost dreamlike. Jim's vocals sit right there with you, while the acoustic guitar and harpsichord create this beautiful, almost otherworldly texture. Now, producer Tommy West has explained how the harpsichord became part of the recording, helping create a sound that many listeners might mistake for a string arrangement. And that's another reason this record works. It doesn't need a wall of sound. It needs space. Space for the words, space for the music, and most importantly, space for you to think And as Rich always would tell me, man, sometimes you got to let the track breathe. You got to let the song breathe, man. Yeah, yeah. Now, here's where the story takes a heartbreaking turn, though. Jim Croce was killed in a plane crash on September 20th, 1973, at just 30 years old. He had been on the verge of becoming one of the biggest singers, songwriters in America. And after his death, Time in a Bottle took on a meaning that nobody could have seen. The song had been about wanting more time. And suddenly, the man who wrote it had run out of his. Crazy, man, crazy. And then ABC Records released the song as a single after his death, and it climbed all the way to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it his second and final #1 hit. Think about that for a second. A song written about the fragility of time, a song written for a family, a song written by a man who wanted more moments with the people he loved. And then that song became a #1 hit after his life was tragically cut short. That is why Time in a Bottle is more than a song. It's a reminder that we are all borrowing time. We keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll call them later. I'll spend more time with them next week. I'll take that trip someday. But time doesn't make appointments. It doesn't wait for us to get ready. You're not promised tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the beautiful lesson hidden inside Jim Croce's song. Don't wait to value what you have while you have it. Call somebody, hug somebody, sit at the table a little longer. Take the picture, man. Tell somebody you love them. Make the memory, because we can't put time in a bottle, but we can put love into our moments, right? Yeah. And you know what? Maybe that's even better. I know I'm bad at it at times, man. I know I've got to call certain people. I know I've got to do better, man. I know I do. So do you. That's why more than 5 decades later, Time in a Bottle still feels personal. The record may have been made in 1971. The album may have arrived in 1972. The single may have reached #1 in 1973. But the message belongs to every single generation, because time is still moving on. It stops for no one. And we're still trying to hold on to it. That, my friends, is what makes Time in a Bottle a true sensational single. And as always, I'm the big guy with the big show, the Lord, Nelson that is. And this is Sensational Singles, brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with 5 Royals ENT. And I thank you all for taking the time to spend some time. And until next time, please remember, music, no matter the genre, is the greatest high. Yeah. And Time Machine, we know. Keep getting lifted on music. Yeah. You guys be good. Take care. Peace. Woo! Ha ha. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, thank you so much for tuning into Sensational Singles. Yeah. And yo, every Monday and Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, you'll have a new amazing sensational single that is going to time machine you and make you feel so good. I am the Lord, Nelson that is, and I thank you so much, so very much for being a part of this. And remember, this is brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with 5 Royals ENT. Once again, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Peace. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah!